President Biden is set to address the nation tonight about the U.S. response to the wars in Israel and in Ukraine. CBS News has learned that the White House is preparing to ask Congress for about $100 billion over the next year as a supplemental. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us now. Weijia, why is this speech significant in terms of getting that across the finish line in Congress?
Well, Robert, the president wants to make a direct appeal, not only to lawmakers, but to the American public. To stress that this funding is not only about supporting Israel and Ukraine, but it is a matter of national security. And so he will really try to hammer home the message of what happens if the aid stops flowing and how that could harm Americans and why people should be pushing and should be, calling up their lawmakers and getting involved and being engaged in this, because he will say it is a very delicate matter for people here at home as well. But as you guys have just been talking about, requesting funding is one thing. Getting it approved requires a functioning Congress. And we don't have that right now. I did ask sources whether he planned to mention or allude to the chaos on Capitol Hill, and they aren't expecting that, but certainly they'll be able to read between the lines when he talks about how critical this funding is.
Weijia, in terms of the top lines, what has the White House revealed, either publicly or behind the scenes, about how much of the $100 billion would go toward Israel, how much would go toward Ukraine? What are you learning about this distribution of the funding?
So sources close to the funding request have told me that about $60 billion would go toward Ukraine funding, at least $10 billion to Israel, which is the number that the country requested. And then the other remaining $30 billion would be spread across other priorities you see here, including border security and Indo-Pacific countries. And we have also learned that a significant part of the funds are expected to go to the Pentagon to replenish all the stockpiles that have been essentially drained because of all the aid that the U.S. has been providing to Ukraine. And so sources have also stressed nothing is final yet, because obviously there's a lot more work to do when you get down and dirty into the, line by line figures here. But that is what is becoming apparent as of now.
Weijia Jiang, always on top of the story at the White House. We appreciate your reporting in time. Thank you.